There's an old saying that goes, fear the old man in a profession where men die young. And that could not be more true in the case of all these YouTubers who are all quitting these days. There are so many big time YouTubers who announced recently that they are done making videos. The biggest among them being MatPat from the Game Theorists. He decided he's going to be hanging it up after 13 years. And there's Tom Scott as well. He has been making videos for over 20 years, and on YouTube, I believe, since it began. And he decided he is going to be done with it also. And there are some other smaller YouTubers that I'm not too familiar with, but they're also hanging it up, like Meat Canyon, Captain Sparkles, Stampy Longhead, who's a Minecraft creator. There's Joel Haver, who makes short films. He said he's going to be done making short films. These YouTubers have been around for so long, and when they announced that they were going to hang it up, there was all kinds of speculations as to why. And it became evident that the people who were speculating hadn't actually watched their videos for why they explained they were quitting. The speculators on Instagram and Twitter were like, oh my god, YouTube is bad now because these creators are quitting. We should quit YouTube too. The YouTube dream is dead. No, it's not, you fucking moron. You didn't actually watch the video. That's not why they're quitting. They have earned the right to quit. I'm going to focus more so on the two creators who are the biggest that are quitting, and the two ones that I'm more familiar with, MatPat and Tom Scott. MatPat has been making videos on YouTube for over 13 years, which is insane because the average YouTuber shelf life is between 3 to 5 years, 7 if you're lucky. Think for a second, how many big-time creators we've seen in the last few years who've had drastic rises to the top only to fall off even quicker. Andrew Tate, Liver King, Addison Rae, Charlie Demilio. All of these people were once at the top, and now they are very close to being irrelevant or are completely irrelevant off the YouTube platform. Liver King was the guy at one point. Everyone talked about how his eating raw balls and testicles was the next big thing, and then next thing you know, it turns out he lied. I never liked him from day one. Andrew Tate, who rose to the top by pretty much lying all the time and destroying kids in arguments and getting other kids to sign up and buy his course. Hustlers University is a scam, by the way. Pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it. It was completely worthless, and now he's completely irrelevant. People are barely talking about that guy now. Addison Rae and Charlie Demilio, they were the biggest TikTokers ever, and now no one even mentions them because they haven't been able to gain a community of people who cares about them the same way that MatPat or Tom Scott's communities do. Because the big differentiator between MatPat and Tom Scott is that they loved what they did, to the point where it became their life. Both of the guys have been doing it for well over a decade, and they've been telling very original stories that they built from the ground up. They started their channels with nothing, and they built it all the way to the top into what it is today. You know, Tom Scott goes around the world telling very interesting stories of things that we would never even hear before. Even any of his recent videos, they are so weird, but you can't help but want to click on them. You know, like how languages steal words from each other. This is something that I never would think would be interesting, but the way he explains it, he's got his own unique style of very little cuts, and he has been doing this for so long that his audience is now used to him doing this. When he posts a video, they know what to expect. And he built this over so long that now when you see a Tom Scott video, you know exactly what it's going to look like, and you want to watch it. The Game Theorists, MatPat, he's 37 now. He has been making videos here since he was 26. He has a lot of weird theories. For example, I don't agree with his YouTube Shorts theory, but that's okay. I can not agree with it and still appreciate what he does. His community is incredible. All of his videos are getting well over 1 million to 3 million views. He is an OG by every definition of the word. Guys like this have earned the right to quit. Most YouTubers, like I was saying before, they fizzle out in a matter of time. A scandal comes up, or they just stop enjoying making videos, or something else happens that forces them to quit. Matt, Pat, and Tom Scott, this was their life for so long. They grew up on this platform. They matured into adults via videos. If you go back and you watch their old videos, they're kids. And now they are completely different people. For some reason, the outside world seems to think being a content creator is easy. It is absolutely not, and that could not be further from the truth. Being a content creator is very hard. There are multiple reasons for why it's hard. The chief thing among them is when you are a content creator and you love what you do, you don't think about much else. Like me personally, 80% of all my thoughts are about videos and making videos or watching videos or learning how to make better videos or watching other creators somehow relating to content creation because I love what I do. I love my life and I built it to this point. Matt, Pat, and Tom Scott did the same thing. They built it from zero and they tweaked it all as they went along so it was most efficient. They have been living a certain lifestyle all this time and pumping out videos. It seems like it's very easy. It's not, man. It takes time. I try to post 3 videos a day. It is incredibly time consuming. Of course, they both have amazing communities of people. Like their content wasn't focused at anything rage bait, none of that stupid stuff. It was all good stories and authentic videos. That's another reason they were around for as long as they were, because they were being authentically themselves and genuine the entire time. They were never chasing sensationalism. They were never saying, oh, we're going to be spending 100 hours on these go-karts. It's going to be fun. And using retention-based tactics. That's not what made them happy. That's not what fulfilled them. Telling good, authentic stories did fulfill them. Those sensational content, leave that to the Mr. Beasts of the world because he can do it the best, and Mr. Beastification did kind of ruin YouTube because now so many copycats are out there. I'm getting off topic here. Burnout is a very real thing, and I can only imagine how burnt out Matt Pat was because he was saying that he thought about quitting for the last 3 years. That's a very long time to think about hanging up the gloves, and he kept working, he kept getting better. Even though he had the most successful year of his channel in 2023, he's deciding to move on with his life. And he's still a very young guy. He's 37 years old. He's got an amazing family. He wants to spend more time with them, and he can. He's earned this. He had an amazing career, and he's got the second half of his life to do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to come back and make videos again, he can. If he wants to go and learn how to fly airplanes, he can. If he wants to just not work at all and spend every second of every day with his children, he can. He's earned the right to do so. Tom Scott's been around even longer. This guy has been pretty much posting videos on the internet since the internet was a thing. His strategy of being authentic and very little camera cuts is so good that very few YouTubers can ever even replicate that. There's a reason why you don't see Tom Scott copycats, because what he does is so incredibly unique to him that others just can't copy it. Talking to the camera the way he does without many cuts and going to weird places to tell stories, like going to these lakes that have brain-eating amoebas. Then the next thing, he's exploring a facility where people are cryogenically frozen, and the next week he's posting a video about rotating houses. It's just all over the place, and that can't be copied because it's so unique and it's super niche, which is what made him stand out in the first place. So it's not because YouTube is dying, it's because the older generation, they're done. They're satisfied. They've had it. They don't need to do anything more, and that's a little bit scary to me because I personally love to make videos every day. I get up every morning super excited to make videos. And I, right now, can't think of what my life would look like without making videos. It scares me to think that I'm going to move on at some point, but everybody does. I would imagine Tom Scott might be the oldest creator, the longest tenured creator on YouTube, and he's done now. Other longest tenured creators, like a Penguin Z0 is one I can think of. He's been around since 07. He doesn't seem to be wanting to stop anytime soon, and I hope he doesn't. Maybe one of us in the new generation is going to become the first YouTubers to keep doing this for over 2 decades. I mean, Charlie's almost at 2 decades now. So, who knows? Maybe the new ones are coming on. Mr. Beast has said he has no plans on stopping anytime soon. He might just keep doing his thing, and next thing you know, he might pass 500 million subscribers. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. So it's time for the new generation to take over. The new generation of YouTubers are here, and the question remains is this: who's going to be the next MatPat? Who's going to be the next Tom Scott? It could be you, it could be me, it could be any of us. What matters is that we have to enjoy making videos. We can't be chasing sensationalism because it's going to die, it's going to eviscerate. It does not last. The ones who are authentic, who make authentic videos to themselves, they're the ones who can make videos for over a decade plus. Ray William Johnson, Casey Neistat, Penguin Z0, Rhett and Link, Anthony Padilla, and Smosh. They're the ones who have been around since the beginning and are still here because they love what they do with such a passion that they don't know what else they would do if they didn't have it. The platform keeps evolving, it keeps getting better, and I have no doubt there's going to be more incredible and amazing creators to come and fill in those shoes. And they're mighty big shoes to fill, but I'm confident in the new generation of creators that they will figure it out. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.